Hello, folks. My name is Danny. Welcome to Danny's Corner. So, apparently, Republicans have overwhelmingly supported Mike Johnson as the new House Speaker after Kevin McCarthy was ousted from that position. So, here's an article about that, and then I'll give my comments. Republicans eagerly elect Mike Johnson as House Speaker on Wednesday, elevating a deeply conservative but lesser-known leader to the seat of U.S. power and ending for now the political chaos in the majority. Johnson of Louisiana swept through on the first ballot when support for Republicans anxious to put last week's Johnson of Louisiana swept through on the first ballot with support from all Republicans anxious to put the past weeks and get on with the business of governing. He was expected to quickly be sworn into office. Johnson of Louisiana, I read that, sorry. Okay, apparently it's not letting me continue. But anyway, it's interesting how this has been going on for some time now. The Republicans have been arguing over many things, not just this. And so I wonder if this time, this particular person, Mike Johnson, is going to last or not. It remains to be seen. I don't know if there are any more steps to last. But who knows? I don't know if Democrats have a say as well, or just Republicans. I know I'm not too into politics. I do talk about it, but I don't know exactly how any of these votes take place, or I don't have to do anything with Congress because it's just too convoluted. And I think it's going to take even more than this to clean this whole mess up. I think what these Republicans have done by demonstrating this kind of behavior is showing how deep the party has gone, or how down the party has gone from where it was before. And I'm talking before Trump, where at least there was some sort of semblance of I don't know what to call it, of peace, some something. And unfortunately, not even ashes are left of what was once the Republican Party. Now it seems that all we're seeing from them is a circus, a show. And unfortunately, we are the spectators. And unfortunately, just as with talk shows, when you have people who get out of control and hit the audience by mistake or whatnot, this is the same thing. They are so focused in their inner turmoil, in their inner division, that they're not realizing that they're splashing everybody else with their fighting, with the things that are coming out of their mouths, and they're hurting other people. As I have said on other videos, this type of thing has been going on for many years. However, it's been more noticeable that this is going on now. Okay, so anyway, I was able to get past. I think this is the problem, and I've mentioned this before when reading articles. When ads get in the way, it interrupts the flow of somebody who is blind of continue to read, because these ads are in the middle of the article, and it would be just great to breeze through without having to see this stuff. All right, so here's the rest of the article. A lower-ranked member of the House GOP leadership team, Johnson emerged as the fourth Republican nominee in what has become an almost Johnson emerged as the fourth Republican nominee in what has become an almost absurd cycle of political inviting sins. Kevin McCarthy's ouster as GOP factions jockey for power, while not the party's top choice for the gavel, the deeply religious and even Kill Johnson have a few foes and GOP backers. Donald Trump, I think he's going to be a fantastic speaker, Trump said Wednesday at the New York court town where the former president, who is now the Republican frontrunner for president in 2024, is on trial under a lawsuit alleged business fraud. Trump said he had entered one negative comment about him. Trump said he hadn't heard one negative comment about him. Everybody likes him. Rep. Mike Johnson, who is Rep. Mike Johnson, the new House Speaker. 3 weeks on without a House Speaker, the Republicans have been wasting their majority status among embarrassing to some, democracy in action to others, but not at all how the House is expected to function. The right members have refused to accept a more traditional speaker, and moderate conservatives don't want a hardliner, while Johnson had no opponents during the private roll call late Tuesday. Some 24 Republicans did not vote. More than enough to sink his nomination. But when GOP Congress Chair Rep. Elise Stefanik, I believe, rose to introduce Johnson's name as their nominee, Wednesday as their nominee, Republicans jumped to their feet for an extended standing ovation. House Republicans and Speaker Mike Johnson will never give up, she said. Democrats again nominated their leader, Rep. Hakeem Jeffries of New York, criticizing Johnson as an architect of Trump's legal effort to overturn the 2020 presidential election he lost to Democrat Joe Biden. You know, I really don't like politics for this reason. Because there's a lot of blaming and shaming, and as I said earlier, it's only splashing on to us. When are we going to understand that if these leaders, call them Republican or Democrat, if these leaders really cared about us, they would be working for us instead of fighting amongst themselves as if nobody else existed? Who's benefiting from this? I'm not. You're not. And certainly the future generations of the people who are now children and who will in about 10 years or so will become adults aren't benefiting from this. Remember that what we do today has consequences or will have consequences in the future. And it's sad to see that although we have experienced this type of thing before, we have not been able to realize this. We have not been able to come to an agreement. And so I believe that this is going to continue on. Republicans will be blaming Democrats. When it comes to other issues, Democrats will be blaming Republicans for other issues. And this has been going on forever and ever because both sides believe that they're right, and none whatsoever, no party is able to offer a concession or some sort of a peace offering. People say about Trump that we are never at war when he was president. I tend to disagree. Remember that war isn't only fighting with tanks or missiles or guns or bloodshed. War is also experienced through violent attacks. That includes something like January 6th, regardless of who did it. That includes the burning, the rioting, the looting, the speaking ill about one another, of saying things such as, I wish New York, California, or whatever state you choose falls into the ocean. When we have a nation divided such as this one, and when we have the people that are supposed to represent us, the people that are supposed to know better than us how to drive this nation forward, when they are the ones who are enabling this kind of violence, we have a problem because they pass it on to the media. The media passes it on to us, and we are passing it on to the next generation. And believe me that in these 20-something years, 24, 25 years, will go down in history for being one of the most violent eras of our nation. And that should concern us, regardless if you are Republican or a Democrat. It is time that we as a nation come together and start seeing this for what it is. It's just the calm before the storm, if you will. It's like a sense of foreboding, a sense that we are about to enter a civil war. I don't know about you, but the way things are going, we have such a short time before something ugly erupts in the United States. It's happened in other countries, Egypt, El Salvador. What makes us think that it can't happen again here in the United States? I believe that there is no company, there is no person, there is no system strong enough to withstand division. And I am certainly convinced and aware that there is no nation, no matter how big it is, that will be able to withstand such crushing things as the ones that we are experiencing in the United States today. If the USSR, which was once considered the most powerful union, if you will, if the empires of yesterday were any indication that they held power for so many years and they broke because of greed and because of other internal factors, what makes us think that the United States will not suffer the same consequences? If we keep on going the same road, as I said earlier, we may end up the next disaster. We're just waiting for it to happen. I urge those of you who love this country and who do want to stop division, who think it's something that we shouldn't engage in, to start spreading seeds. Seeds that will encourage people to help one another, that would encourage people to share with one another. Incite, instead of violence, incite acts of peace. Incite conversations. Start conversations that will invite people to think. Let us come together so we can rebuild our nation and finally say, we got past this. Thank you very much. If you have enjoyed this video and want to hear more things like these, remember, I don't talk about just politics. I'm a blind individual, and I also speak about blindness related things. I speak about societal issues, and I like what I do. And in moments such as these, where this country is under attack by our own, it certainly is it's something concerning. Yeah, so this was something heavy. So yeah, don't forget to share, subscribe, like, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.